Welcome into class today. This is alignment Vinyasa, and today we're going to focus on working our way towards a peak flow. If you've never taken this class before, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. In this class, we focus on particular areas of the body to help us work up to peak poses or peak flows safely. As with any yoga practice, if you need to speed things up for yourself today, to speed things up, to get more energy out of your body, go ahead and do that. And of course, if you need to slow things down, please listen to your body and what it needs today. This class is all about moving intentionally and authentically for what, let's try this here. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This class is alignment Vinyasa. In this class, we focus on particular areas of the body to help us work up to a peak pose or a peak flow safely. As with any yoga class, you take this class at your pace. So if I'm doing things too fast, slow things down for you. And if I'm going too slow, speed things up. It's really about whatever you need in your body. But the main thing is moving into these peak poses and flows safely. This isn't about the shapes we are making. It's about the muscles and joints that need to be engaged and active to support us as we move into these poses so that we can continue to do yoga for a long time. So today we are going to need 2 blocks and a strap, and we're going to get started in a seated position on a block. So you do need to have a block or something to sit on, and everybody's body is different. So if you need more space underneath you to sit, you're going to grab 2 blocks and set them next to each other, or you're just going to have 1 block to come into a seat, cross-leg position. And immediately here, we're going to focus on our sit bones. Our sit bones are our sitting bones. And then there's bones that we are sitting on right now. So if you can't feel them, start to move your pelvis forward and back until you feel that you're right on top of those sitting bones. Then from here, you're gonna reach the crown of your head up towards the sky, and we're gonna bring our hands onto our ribs. So our thumbs will be our back ribs and our fingertips will be on the front ribs. And from here, we're gonna inhale forward, pushing the thumbs into the back ribs, and feel your body coming into a back bend. Stay here for 1 more inhale. And then exhale, push the fingertips into the front ribs so that you come into another back bend. It's just a different way. We'll keep moving. Inhale, pushing the ribs forward, back bending. And exhale, pushing the fingertips into the ribs, back bending. 1 more here, pushing the ribs forward. And exhale, pushing them back. And then from here, we're going to come into a neutral position. So we're not back bending either way. And a way to know if you're doing that, you're sitting right onto your sit bones and feel your front ribs gently push back to your back ribs so that your spine is nice and straight. From here, inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we'll take a twist. So left hand comes onto the right thigh. Maybe that right hand is behind you. And notice if your left sit bone left the block. Try to ground down into that sit bone as you twist from your spine. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. And exhale, we twist to the opposite side. Same thing here. If the right sit bone came off of that block, ground it down and twist from the spine. Maybe looking over that left shoulder. Spinal twisting. And from here, inhale, lifting the arms overhead. This time we'll come into a side bend. So the right hand will come to the ground and the left arm will reach up and over the head, feeling length across those left ribs. And you'll inhale, lifting up into the air. And exhale, you'll bend to the opposite side. Let's do that 1 more time each side. Inhale. And exhale to side bend. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale to side bend. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Palms touch, we look up. And exhale, bring those hands to heart center and just pause. Pausing here in stillness. Checking in with the body and just noticing how you feel today. And that doesn't mean anything about you or say anything about your practice. It's just where you are today. And try to notice that sensation or feeling without judgment. Taking 1 more inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands to the ground, coming into a tabletop position, and let's move the blocks to the front of the mat so they're there when you need them. And from this tabletop position, start to move in any way that feels good to you. Cat, cows, down dog, it's really anything that's authentic to your body today. Two more breaths to move, whatever you're doing. We all come into a tabletop position. From here, bring the right hand underneath your face. Left arm lifts up to the sky. Inhale. And start to make some arm circles here. Gaining the full motion in your arm, whatever that is. Fingertips reach to the sky, then to the ground, then forward. Watching out for your props. And then switch directions. Next time the fingertips are to the sky, stay there, inhale. Exhale, throw that left arm underneath the right arm, coming into a spinal twist here. Getting the hips over the knees and reaching that left arm over to the right. Coming out the same way you went in. Right hand comes by your face, left arm lifts up to the sky, inhale. And exhale, set it down. Left hand underneath the face, right arm lifts. Start to make those big arm circles. Full motion of the arm here. And we circle the other direction. Next time, fingertips are to the sky. Stay there, inhale. And exhale, take your twist to the opposite side. Getting those hips over the knees. Reaching that left arm over to the left. Coming out the same way you went in. Left hand by the face. Right arm lifts, inhale. And exhale, we're in a tabletop position. From here, tuck the toes. Lift the knees 1 or 2 inches and hold here. Crown of the head reaching forward as the sit bones reach back. And feel those front ribs to the back ribs. You're here for 3. For 2. And 1. Lift those hips high, coming into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet in any way that feels good to you here. Bend the knees deeply. Push the chest towards the thighs. Lift the sit bones up towards the sky. Keep that length across your spine. And begin to straighten the legs. Hamstrings reach back as the heels drive into the ground. Next inhale, shift forward to your plank pose. Exhale, knees lower, chest lowers. You are on your belly for 3 cobras. Feet ground, upper body lifts, inhale. Exhale, head lowers to the mat. 2 more with your breath. Last one. Pause here. Maybe the palms leave the ground. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, head lowers to the mat. Inhale, push up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Lift those hips high. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts, inhale. Open the hip, make some hip circles. Maybe drop the right heel over to the left. Coming into a back bend, side bend. Circle if it feels good the other way. Inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Back knee lowers to the ground, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Your vinyasa, or skip it. I will be skipping the vinyasas today, but I will be calling them out for you to do if that works for your practice. From downward facing dog, left leg lifts, inhale. Make some hip circles or bend the knee and let that Left heel, reach over to the right, back bending, side bending, whatever feels good in your body here. Circle the other direction if you're circling. Inhale, extend that left leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, back knee lowers to the ground, Anjaneyasana on your inhale. And exhale your vinyasa or skip it and go to your downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. The inhale lifts you halfway. The exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand, hands touch. And exhale to heart center. We move through our vinyasa. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Your vinyasa, or skip it, go to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. Inhale lifts you halfway. The exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand, hands touch. And they exhale to heart center. We come into chair pose. So we're gonna sit into this chair, and those sit bones are gonna reach back as if that block was behind us and they're pushing into that block. Then from here, if you notice that the front ribs dropped, the top ribs dropped forward, again, front ribs to back ribs to engage the core. And reaching the arms forward. So the fingertips and sit bones are doing two opposing actions here, reaching in opposite directions. Beautiful, inhale, straighten the legs, arms lift. Exhale, your vinyasa or skip it. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, Virabhadrasana, 1, 2, rise, 1 breath. Exhale, your vinyasa or skip it. From downward facing dog, left leg, inhale. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, Virabhadrasana, 1, inhale. And exhale, your vinyasa or skip it. From down dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. The inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand, hands touch. And they exhale to heart center. Coming into your chair pose. Again, sit bones reaching back, fingertips reaching forward. And can you lift the chest a little bit more into the air as you sit low? Inhale to straighten the legs, arms lift. And exhale, bring those hands to heart center. All right, grab your block. And we're going to come into chair pose with our block. What I like to do is fold the block in half. So let's all do that. Fold the block. Fold the strap in half. And we're going to come into our chair pose. So again, sit bones reach back, and we're gonna reach the palms and the strap forward. From here, shift the weight into the left foot and extend the right foot forward so that the heel is on the ground. Those sit bones are reaching back. If you can keep this, stay. If you want more, lift the right heel into the air as those sit bones keep reaching back. You're breathing. On the next inhale, arms to the sky, right knee into the chest. And we come into Padangusthasana. Use your strap or not, it's up to you. If you need to unfold the strap, unfold the strap. But the right foot is reaching forward as our ribs are in. Now from here, let the strap go, keep the leg lifted. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, come into the chair pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms lift. Please move through your vinyasa or skip it. From that downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Grab that strap. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, strap is folded in half. We come into our chair pose. Reaching the strap forward as the sit bones reach back. Shift the weight into the right foot. Straighten the left leg, the heel is on the ground. Sit bones are reaching back, ribs in. You want more? Lift that heel into the air. You're breathing. As you sit low into that chair. Inhale, strap to the sky, left knee into the chest. And exhale, your Padangusthasana, reaching that leg forward. Lengthening through the spine. Keeping that front leg, the left leg straight. Let the strap go, keep the leg lifted. Try to keep it up as much as you can. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale, we come into chair pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms lift, maybe you back bend. And exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. From downward facing dog, first moment to rest. You can stay in down dog. Come into child's pose, or you have 5 breaths for any free movement you would like to do. I'll let you know when we're close. You have 3 more breaths. Last big breath. And we all meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 pose. Inhale, straighten the front leg, coming into your triangle pose. Hand on a block or the ground, that is really up to you. Good. Now from this triangle pose, reach the left arm forward. So the arms are reaching forward as the hip is reaching back. Finding length in the side body here. Good. From here, bend into the right knee, bend it forward, and coming into your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Adjust the hands, adjust the feet wherever you need to. Stay for one inhale. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Foot comes onto the ground. You end back up in your Trikonasana, triangle pose. Stay here for the inhale. Exhale, Pavrita Trikonasana. Left hand to the ground, right arm lifts. If that back knee is having any pull, lift the back heel into the air. Keep the right hip pulling back, so don't let the right hip come into the sideways. Pull the right hip back to try to level the pelvis as much as you can. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, bend into the standing leg and lift the left leg into the air. Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Looking up at the right fingertips if you can. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bend into the standing foot. Set the left foot down behind you. Left hand comes to the ground or plants. You come into a side plank at the back of your mat, or a modified side plank with the left knee onto the ground, right leg extended, right hand up to the sky. Coming into some abs here. Stay in your side plank for the inhale. On the exhale, right fingertips thread underneath the left ribs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. Inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. Last one, inhale to lift. Maybe your ankles separate, pushing down into that grounding hand. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat, your vinyasa or skip it. We have the other side from downward facing dog, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to nose. This time, step the foot in between your hands. Rise for warrior two pose. Straightening the front leg on the inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana. Hand to the block or the ground, it's really up to you. Now, reaching the left arm above your head. From here, bending into the left knee, coming into your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bend the front knee, that back foot lands onto the ground, you're back in your Trikonasana. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, Pavarita Trikonasana, right hand to the ground. Left arm lifts. Bending into that front leg, lift the back heel into the air, coming into Pavarita Ardha Chandrasana. Stay for the inhale. On the exhale, bend into the front knee, set the right foot down, right hand plants. You come into your side plank, opposite side. You're here on the inhale. On the exhale, thread the arm underneath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. Inhale to lift. Maybe the ankles separate. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale. Your vinyasa or skip it. Come into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in your downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. The inhale lifts you halfway. The exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand. We come into chair pose with our hands at heart center, sit bones reach back. Stay here for the inhale. On the exhale, take a twist. Do let the left sit bone drop to help you twist even more into the spine. So don't worry about what the front knees are doing. That's not what we're focusing on today. From here, shift the weight into the right foot. Get the left foot light, and maybe the left heel leaves the ground, or the entire left heel kicks the booty as you're in that twist. Extend that left foot behind you. You are in your standing twist. Breathing here. Maybe you separate the arms if that feels okay in your body. Inhale, rise to your warrior two pose. Exhale, extended side angle. Front hand on that thigh. And from here, get those ribs nice and long. So we're not doming and rounding the ribs here. The hips are reaching back as the arm is reaching forward. Now from here, if you can bring the hand to the ground or a block, do. Keep that sideways nice and long. You're gonna inhale, rise up with a standing leg, standing straight legs, reverse triangle. Reach that right arm back. Windmill the left hand to the ground, standing twist. Maybe that right arm comes behind the back, hooks into that left hip crease as you have a deeper twist here. Inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. And exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. From down dog, bend the knees, look forward. Hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. The inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand. We come into chair pose, opposite side. Stay here for the inhale. exhale, take the twist to the left. Hooking the elbow outside the knee, letting the right sit bone drop to help you twist a little bit more. Shift the weight into the left foot. Get the right foot light. Maybe the heel lifts. Maybe the entire right heel kicks the right booty cheek as you're twisted here. Good. Reach that right foot back, coming into your twist. We rise warrior two pose. From here, extended side angle. Again, getting the right side waist long. So the hips reach back as the hands are reaching forward. If you can, left hand comes onto the ground, keeping those left ribs long. Next inhale, rise for your reverse triangle. Legs are straight. And windmill the right hand to the ground. You are in your easy twist here. Maybe the left arm comes behind your back and hooks into the right hip crease as the left shoulder reaches up towards the sky. Inhale, lift. And exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. From your downward facing dog, we're gonna walk our feet to the back, walk our hands to the back of the mat, coming into a forward fold. And we'll bring our hands to our hips. Inhale to rise halfway. Exhale to rise the full way. From here, step the right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3 pose. Hands on blocks if you need them. Getting the pelvis nice and level here. If you want more, reaching the arms forward as that left heel reaches back. And our next inhale, we're gonna rise Padangusthasana. We've been here before. Arms up to the sky, left leg is forward. And then we're gonna come into Garudasana. Left leg crosses over the right, maybe it hooks once or twice, and the left arm goes under the right. Bring the attention to the side waist. On the inhale, fingertips lift up towards the sky, lengthen through the side waist. Exhale, dome and round. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, dome and round. Last one, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, dome and round. Pausing here. Back into the Padangusthasana, under the arms, left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, step the left foot forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3, opposite side. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Maybe the arms reach forward, or they're airplaned, keeping the pelvis level. Padangusthasana, inhale, arms to the sky, right leg forward. Exhale, Garudasana, right leg over the left, maybe it crosses twice. And then the right arm comes under the left. And if this is a lot, the right toes can just set on the ground here next to you. Bring the attention to the side waist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, dome and round. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, dome and round. This last one we stay. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round. Pausing here. Lifting into Padangusthasana, arms to the sky, right leg forward. And exhale. Arms, legs to the ground. Move through your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. And once you arrive, you have your second option for either down dog, child's pose, 5 breaths for free movement. You have 3 more breaths, whatever you're doing. Last big breath. And wherever you are, we're gonna come into puppy pose. So keep the booty lifted into the air. The arms will reach forward as the chest comes onto the ground. Maybe the chin comes onto the ground. And you're breathing. Now, if you have more mobility here, you're going to tent your fingertips as if they were spiders or some ants or other insect or something could crawl underneath your hands. Beautiful. From here, crawl into your Sphinx pose, coming to some Sphinx abs. So here, on your inhale in your Sphinx, on your exhale, tuck your toes, lift the thighs into the air, front ribs to back ribs to engage the core. Inhale, drop the hips, pull the heart forward, untuck the toes. Exhale, tuck the toes, thighs lift, front ribs to back ribs. 3 more. Two more. Last one, and we hold into our forearm plank. If that's too much, keep the thighs on the ground. Right toe stack on top of the left heel. Push the heels back as the heart reaches forward, front ribs to back ribs. Get the core engaged. Switching sides. Left toes on top of the right heel. Heels push back, heart forward, front ribs to back ribs. Good. Bringing both toes to the ground. Lower the hips to the ground, Sphinx pose. One more inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Thumbs to your nipple line, push up to your plank pose. And come into downward facing dog. Walking the hands to meet the feet, back of the mat. Slowly roll to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. We're gonna need our straps, so grab your strap and then go to the back of your mat. Coming into Gomukhasana this time. So the strap is in the right hand, the arm goes up above your head, left arm goes behind your back, coming into Gomukhasana. Now here, keep the right elbow and inner arm reaching towards your head as the left elbow reaches towards the ground. Now if you came into a back bend, front ribs to back ribs to come out of that back bend. From here, step the left foot forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3 if you can keep the hands. The elbows are going in opposing directions and the pelvis is as level as you can get it. Keep the leg lifted, let the strap go, and reach both arms forward. You're breathing. Make sure the weight's evenly distributed in that standing foot. It's not just in the heel. Padagustasana, inhale. And exhale, both hands to the ground. Let's go into the other side. The strap is in the left hand this time, above your head. Right arm goes behind you and grabs the other end of the strap. Our right foot steps forward this time. Left leg lifts up behind us. Elbows are reaching in opposing directions, front ribs to back ribs. Let the strap go, reach the arms forward if you can. If that's too much, reach them out to the side or bring them onto your hips. Make sure that weight's evenly distributed in that right foot. Padagustasana, inhale. And exhale, hands by your sides. Please move through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. All right, from here we're gonna move into our peak flow. So our peak flow today, we're gonna come into our chair pose. Front ribs to back ribs, sit bones reaching back. So we're in chair, you can have your strap or not, that's up to you. We're gonna come into Padagustasana, leg is straight. From here, we will bend the standing leg, Padagustasana with the bent leg. From here, that straight leg will swing back. We're coming into Warrior 3 with a bent leg. Keeping that front knee really bent, we'll open into Warrior 2 pose. We'll flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, and we will come into our side plank, and then move through our vinyasa. Modify as you need. Let's move through it together. Gentle inhale through the nose. Gentle exhale through the nose. We inhale, coming into our chair pose. Ribs are in, sit bones back. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Padangusthasana, arms up, legs straight. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the standing leg. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Virabhadrasana 3 with that bent leg. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the standing leg. Regular Virabhadrasana 3, 3, 2, and 1. Land into your warrior 2 pose. Bend the front knee deeply. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Flip the front palm. Reverse the warrior. Windmill the hands to the ground. Your side plank. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Your vinyasa or skip it. Bend the knees, look forward. Hop, jump, or step. Top of the mat. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand. We come into our chair pose, opposite side. From here, Padangusthasana, left leg, it goes forward, arms go up. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the standing leg, keep that front heel reaching forward as the sit bones reach back. 3, 2, and 1. Warrior 3 with the bent leg. Try to get the pelvis level. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the standing leg. Warrior 3 for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the front knee deeply, landing in your warrior 2 pose for 3, 2, and 1. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Windmill the left hand to the ground, your side plank or modify. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Your vinyasa or skip it. Beautiful. Pausing in your downward facing dog. From here, bend the knees. Look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand. And exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Step the left foot behind you, coming into a wide leg stance. And from here, your toes go out, heels go in, coming into goddess squat. So we've done a lot of strengthening in the legs today, so we're gonna open the inner thighs. So from here, the palms will go onto the thighs, thumbs are in front of the inner thighs, or on the inner thighs, and try to push the knees back, sitting a little bit deeper. You're here on the inhale. Exhale, drop the left shoulder to the ground for a twist as the knees keep pushing back. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale to twist. Keep moving here. If it feels good, stay on one side. Maybe it feels good to just be in center, rocking side to side. Do what feels good for you. You have about 2 more breaths here. Good. From here, straighten the legs, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms lift. Exhale, goddess squat. This last time we'll hold, inhale. Exhale to hold here. If you can, lift the left heel into right heel into the air. Sitting lower, feeling that stretch on the inner thigh. And then lower the right heel to the ground, lift the left heel. Sitting lower, feeling that stretch on the opposite inner thigh. Lower the heels to the ground. Inhale, lift both heels into the air. As the knees keep pulling back, ribs are in. Lower the heels to the ground, straighten the legs, arms lift, inhale. Exhale, toes in, heels out, come into a forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Move those hips side to side, maybe bending the knees if that feels good. Crown of the head hangs forward. Beautiful. From here, straightening the arms. We'll walk the hands forward, coming into lizard pose. So drop the left knee to the ground, the right foot goes out. Any lizard pose you want. So maybe your hands are on the ground, maybe forearms are on the ground, maybe you're coming into that quad stretch. Did a lot of work in the quad, so that would really feel good. And then you're actually gonna come into the back bend. So let the knee fly away from the side waist, reaching back, undoing all of that work we did today. And we're gonna let that go. Heel toe that foot back into center. Come into half split, straightening that front leg. Sit bones reach back as the spine is straight, so no doming and rounding in the back here. Push the sit bones back as the heart reaches forward. If you would like, you can come into your full split here by pushing that front foot forward. Maybe you drop into your full split. Maybe you stay right where you are and you're breathing. Two more breaths. Last big breath. If you're not there, coming back into that half split, pulling that front heel in. Coming into the tabletop. And into your downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Step the foot in between the hands. Back knee lowers to the ground. Your lizard pose on this side. Any lizard pose variation that feels good to you. Again, quad stretch option would feel really good here, undoing all the work we did. So actually coming into a back bend, letting that knee fly away from that left side waist. Coming out of that, coming into your half split opposite side. Straightening that front leg. Again, sit bones reach back, heart forward. No doming and rounding here. Get that spine as straight as you can. If you need your blocks, hands go on blocks. So your spine can be more upright and straight. And you're breathing. From here, coming into your variation of a split, pushing that front foot forward. And breathing. Two more breaths here. Last big breath. Pulling that front heel in. Coming back into the half split, pausing here. And tabletop position. From here, let's take some cat-cows together. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, dome and round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, dome and round. Last one on your own. We come into downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Look forward, hop, jump, or step, top of the mat. The inhale lifts you halfway. The exhale, you fold. Inhale, arms rise, chest rises to stand. And bring those hands to heart center. Last vinyasa of class. Each move is a count of 4. Arms by your side. Gentle inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale to lift for 4. 3, 2, 1. Fold for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Half lift for 4. 3, 2, 1. Plant your hands for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Step to down dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Half lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Up dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Bend the knees, hop the feet in between the hands. And coming onto your back, bring those knees into your chest. From here, lift the legs up towards the sky. The right leg is going to cross over the left so the knees are touching, and you're going to bend the knees. Your right hand will grab the left ankle, and your left hand will grab the right ankle. The feet are flexed, and you'll pull the ankles towards your opposite hips. Now, if you're not feeling anything, pull your knees closer into your chest as you open the legs more like handlebars, like you're riding a bike, and pulling the ankles down towards the hips or towards the ground. Getting into those outer hips here. Good. From here, lift the legs up towards the sky. We switch. Left leg over the right, bending at the knees. This time, left hand grabs the right ankle. Right hand grabs the left ankle. Knees into your chest more. Handlebars, and pull the ankles towards the ground. Lift the legs up towards the sky. And bring the feet to the ground. You're going to need your blocks for this next part. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So the feet will be on the ground. Your hips will lift into the air. You either bring one block underneath your sacrum or you use 2 blocks and stack them. So we're not doing the 1 block thing where we make it higher. We're using 2 blocks on their face to make the blocks higher. Bring the sacrum onto the blocks. From here, extend the right foot forward so the heel's on the ground, and the tailbone will reach forward so the ribs go down so the tailbone can reach forward. Now, if you're not feeling much here and want to feel more, you're going to bring the left knee into the chest. Breathing here. Keep that right heel pushing forward and the thigh descending down. When you're ready, go ahead and switch sides slowly. Maybe one side isn't as open as another, or maybe this side's more open. So you go to your variation of this pose, whatever feels good in your body and what works for your body. Again, ribs down. And you're breathing. And we all come into our supported bridge pose. If you want a little bit more challenge here, you're going to lift the hips off of the blocks and keep them lifted as your thighs squeeze together, as if a block was between your thighs. Or you're letting the blocks do the work and the feet are on the ground. Last few breaths here, whatever you're doing. Last breath. Lift the hips into the air. Remove those blocks and slowly lower the sacrum towards the ground. Good. From here, bring the knees into the chest. We'll take a spinal twist to the right. So drop the knees to the right, looking over to the left. then coming onto the other side. Inhale to bring the knees into the chest. And exhale, let them fall to the opposite side, looking over to the right. If this is pulling anywhere on your hips, maybe bring a block in between your knees or your shins for support. And slowly unwinding out of that, bringing the knees into the chest. Gently rock and roll the length of your spine to come up to a seated position. And we'll end in an upper back opener today using the blocks. So the first block's gonna go underneath your shoulder blades at either the medium height or the low height. And the second block's gonna go underneath your head at the next highest height. So for me, I like to put the medium height underneath my shoulder blades, so the broad line. And then the next block underneath your head, for me now, it would be at the highest height. Now from here, you just let the blocks open the back here. You can come into Baddha Konasana if you would like, bottoms of the feet together so the knees open wide. Maybe the feet are on the ground, feet wide, knees knock in, or regular Shavasana legs. And get into a comfortable position. Let the head rock side to side, letting it find its place to settle where it's comfortable. Rolling the shoulders underneath. Taking in a gentle inhale through the nose. Gentle exhale through the mouth. Shavasana. Before we bring movement back into the body, just taking a gentle inhale to feel your belly and chest rise. Gentle exhale, feel the belly and chest fall. And just notice what it feels like. What it feels like to be in your body. Notice that feeling without judgment. Just notice. And when you're ready to bring movement back into the body, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Arms and your legs. And if it's calling to you, reaching the arms overhead as the toes reach forward for a full body stretch. Taking in a gentle inhale. And as you exhale, roll onto your favorite side and push yourself up to a seated position. Any seated position that's comfortable for you. Bringing the hands to heart center, lifting the crown of your head up towards the sky. We all take our last breath together. Big inhale, filling up the lungs. Gentle exhale through the mouth. Let it go. I want to thank you all for practicing with me today, but most importantly, thank yourselves for coming to your mat to practice yoga for better mind-body health. We all bow forward in gratitude.